Hello everyone, welcome to week 4 of the Stitch With Me for the Seasonal Biscornu Sal 2024. This is our final week of stitching. Next week is the finishing tutorial, which will be pre-recorded, and it will be a premiere video, so I will be live in the chat with you. I hope everyone's stitching is going well. Let's see. I see lots of you are stitching, maybe finishing up. Christy says she's taken a little break to work on her botanical bee, which is awesome. Give me a thumbs up in the chat if the sound is all okay. I tried to hook my microphone up last week and it didn't work. Oh, I'm so sorry. Dogs. But I got the microphone. It shows it's working, but just let me know that it for sure is working. So fun to see everybody's Biscornus. I love seeing how different colors, different fabric choices, and all of that good stuff. Let's see. Handmade by Harvey says, top is done. Need to get started on the bottom. Hello, Amy in Hawaii. Hi, Pamela. Let's see. Hello, Corliss and Amy. Amy, we have lots of Amy's here tonight. Yay, thumbs up. Thanks, Christy. So that is awesome. I am going to be working on finishing the bottom of my Biscornu during this Stitch With Me tonight. I had planned on having it done. I found a little mistake and I spent a little bit of time before this live. Well, not right before this live. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry, you guys. The dogs just ate and they're wild. Odin, no. I spent about an hour ripping stuff out and restarting, and then I had to take a break. I had to take a break so I wasn't grumpy. Oh my goodness. Hello. Great. Lynn says she's finishing the top and we'll get started on the bottom tonight. I think you'll find that your bottom should stitch up pretty quickly. I've actually stitched a couple of other things in between Biscornu stitching, but I will have all three to share for you in that video next week, even though they're not all done tonight. I do have the 40 count though that I'll show you. Let's see. Hi, Barbara. Hi, Steph. Still working on the top, got a late start on it. Dawn said, that is totally fine. There is no late start. Start when you want to. All of these videos will be here for you when you are ready to finish. It has been super fun to see people finishing their Biscornus though, or seeing them finish their stitching and they're just ready for the final assembly. I received a really great question this last week, and I will talk about it in this week's newsletter as well as send links and things. I did put links down in the description of this video, and the question was where to buy the buttons that I'm using for the top of my Biscornu. I actually pulled from Stash, so I had to go on a hunt because I don't have a source for the exact buttons I'm using. The Just Another Button Company snack pack buttons are going to be pretty similar, and when I flip my camera around, we'll talk about that really quick. Some of the ones in those are going to be similar to my autumn and my spring. Fat Quarter Shop sells some of those. Really, you just need to look either if you have a button stash, look through those, or just find a button that you think kind of fits the size and scale of your Biscornu. Since we're all stitching on different sizes and counts, that might vary. Let's see, ready to stitch together. Pamela says, how's the weather for you? We have had very iffy weather. It's fine right now. Today, I don't think there's anything for us today, at least that I saw. We've been lucky, but it's been not the most fun. It's spring in Kansas. I recognized a couple of those Stampin' Up buttons. Danielle said they probably are Stampin' Up. I have a lot, and I have no idea where they're from. I've been collecting for years, and I used to get a lot of buttons for paper crafting, and so that's what I pull from. I didn't go buy something specific for this. So hopefully, if you don't have any, you can grab some from, even your craft store if you want to. But I did notice that the Just Another Button Company snack pack buttons look pretty similar. Are the Just Another Button Company buttons sturdy enough? I got a pumpkin for mine, and it's a little soft, if that makes sense. They are made out of clay. I used a Just Another Button Company button on not just this one, but the two I made from the Blue Flower design. If you saw that Flosstube where I shared those were Just Another Button Company or one of similar company, and I find that they work just fine. But it might vary. Let's see. The tornadoes last night were an hour from your home, Jill said. Oh my goodness. Oh, Lynn says she has tons of buttons from Paper Tray Ink, so finding a color shouldn't be hard. See, this is when our hoarding tendencies help us out. Then we have these supplies. Anytime I need a button, I really don't need a button. I have them sorted in color. You're going to see when I share my craft room tour. That drawer that has the buttons in it, they're sorted by color. Karen has lots of PTI buttons too. Tornadoes in Michigan. Oh, Jill, that's awful. Stay safe, everyone. Let's see. I have my pieces to stitch except the bottom of the 32. Awesome, Cassie. Hello, Noel. Is it Nolia from Puerto Rico? Puerto Rico? I cannot talk. That's always good. Oh, my word. So, it is Girl Mathlin for sure. So I will tell you just a little life update. Somewhat stressed. We have graduation this weekend. I have a lot of stuff I still need to do. I was cleaning the house right before this, just kind of doing some tidying and things. I have company coming and staying. So I have all of that. And it's Mother's Day weekend, and I feel a little scattered. So it will be lovely to be able to just sit and stitch and chat with you all tonight. Shelly has 2 stitches ready. Hope my counts are right. Crossing my fingers with you. Oh, awesome. Let's see. Late because of a Chantal. Was she live? I didn't get the notification. And to be fair, I was running the vacuum, dusting. I had music on in my ears, trying to calm down from the frogging fit that I had, where I had to rip some stuff out because girlfriend can't count, apparently. Oh, gosh. Okay, let me flip it around. Again, I did put some links to some of those buttons down in the description. I also think Lori Holt buttons. I just love Lori's colors. I think those would be awesome. Plus, you get like a pretty big bag of them. You can pick them up at Fat Quarter Shop or your, quilt shops or probably LNSs have some buttons too. Hi, Tabitha. Hot and humid in Arlington, Texas. Oh my gosh, how did I miss that? Great. Well, I can sit and watch that later this evening because I'm going to do my best to have my bottom stitched tonight. Hi, April. So good to see you here. Tabitha counting is hard, and I think it's even harder when you are not fully invested in what you're doing. Like, my mind kept thinking, oh, maybe you should probably put this down and go do this and this and this. Just deep breath, it'll all be fine. It will all be fine. Okay, so quickly, I do want to remind everybody about, I haven't painted my risers yet. They are glued together. These are the risers from Chantal 141 Design. It's a 2-pack, and I glued mine together. I'm going to spray paint mine. So I just went ahead and glued them together, and then I'm going to spray paint them. I know Chantal has done like a little reel, and I think she's doing a tutorial on painting them with like a chalk paint or a milk paint. I can't remember what it's called. Chantal, don't eject me as a friend. Anyway, so I did glue them together. They're absolutely darling. I haven't painted them mostly because I can't decide what color to paint them. Maybe you guys should tell me in the chat what color I should paint them. I was going to just go do black, and then I thought maybe white, and then I thought, oh, well, maybe I should do something else. I don't know. That's probably a after graduation problem. That's a first of next week. DIY chalk paint. Hi, friend. So this is the 40 count Biscornu. I know I showed it in my Flosstube this week, but I want to show it here. I truly love this size so much because it's little. You can see how much littler it is compared to the 32 count. Shari, if you're here, I want to share your husband's joke, but I'm not going to share it unless you say it's okay. So if Shari's not here, I won't. But he made a joke about the big one, and I thought it was so hilarious. But that's 32. This is 40. And I think that this is really good to show for size comparison and how the count of fabric makes a big difference. This is 36. So here you really get the whole range, at least of this. Now, if you're doing 28 or 14, that's going to be even bigger than 32. The 40 is adorable. Gina says, yes, blue or red. Charlotte, that is my feeling too. You're kind of reinforcing what I'm thinking. Oh, Kathleen, I'm so excited for you guys to put them together as well. I'm super excited for that. So I love how the 40 turned out, and I'm very happy with my other stitching as well. I think they're going to be lovely. So I did show in my Flosstube. I thought this was all stitched. I forgot I'd forgotten a corner, so I got that back stitched. My top is ready, and I'm working on my bottom, which I'm right on schedule. This is what we're working on this week. If you have your top stitched, go ahead and backstitch around the edges, or around the design, pardon me. I stitched mine at 73 by 73. That can change. If you want it to be closer, you definitely can do that, but that is what mine is stitched at. And whatever you backstitch your top, make sure your bottom is backstitched at the exact same. So for me, I went ahead and backstitched 73 by 73. We talked about that last week. And then I'm starting my design for the corners. And I talked about how I picked my design last week. I pulled my design right from the center of this, and I kind of showed you masking off the sides. I can't really do it very good. Do I have any paper? Yeah. So I know I showed this last week. I'm just going to flip these cover sheets over. If you kind of mask off, see how these are stars in the center of the aqua? They kind of look like rectangles when you don't have something masking them off. I took one of those and put it in the corner, and then it didn't fill up as much room as I wanted for mine. One would probably be plenty, but I decided I want to have 3. So I'm stitching 3 of those in the corners. And we talked about trying to figure out how much space will actually show. If you kind of take that little back stitch that we do in the center of each line, and again, if you haven't seen this, go back and watch week 3. These little back stitches in the center of each line like this, if you kind of take your fabric and pinch it right there, that little triangle is what you're going to see when your Biscornu is put together. So I wanted kind of my design to come out further. It's okay that some of those stars, some of this one also goes underneath as well, but I am just copying those little trio of stars in all 3 corners. Does anyone have any questions about the backstitch line or anything like that? Let's see. Oh, yay! Awesome. Ashley's working on her first Biscornu. Sue likes the 36. Absolutely. Oh, here's a question. I knew I missed one. What are non-US stitchers using to fill their Biscornus? Walnut shells? If so, can you please share which ones you're ordering? Okay, that's a great question. Any non-US stitchers here that have ordered something for a Biscornu, or you've made Biscornus and you have a filling that you like, will you pop it in the comments? Or if you're watching this on the replay, if you will email me at my email address that is down in the description, I will compile that and I will add it in this week's newsletter. That is a great, great question. Thank you so much for that. So send me any of your suggestions, especially if you're non-US. Thank you, thank you. Oh, nice. Melissa made a crock pot dinner so she could catch the live. I did not even get my dinner made, so it's going to be a dinner after this, but I'm okay with it. We're going to have sheet pan fajitas. They're super fast and easy. Yeah, everything is ready, so yay. On a break from working, we'll watch the replay later, Elizabeth said. Awesome. Well, thanks for spending a little bit of your break with us. May I see the bottom of your autumn basket once more? That's the one I'm doing, of course. I will show you all of mine before I get started stitching. So here is my autumn, and my bottom is just one of these stars, and then I did the little, I don't know, they look like little notches of some sort. So that is the bottom of this one. Barbara, if you have a nut allergy, I know somebody during the Jingle Ball mentioned that, so they use something else. Poly pellets or a combination of polyester fiberfill and poly pellets will be fine, I'm sure. Is there a trick to, I bet, pick the best choice for backstitch color? Lynn, I just pick whatever color I want. So no, I don't think there's necessarily a trick. I've picked red for both of these. I'll show you. My 36 count is being stitched on charcoal, and that one is going to be white. I think just pick any color from your stitch. The autumn is a combination of orange and green. So I backstitched in one color, and then I did my stitch to combine the two pieces with another to give it a little bit different look. Spring I did in aqua, and I did pick aqua for this one because aqua is used the least in this design, and I felt like it kind of broke it up a little bit, plus kind of pulled in. I didn't have any aqua stitching in the bottom, so I felt like it kind of pulled the two halves together, if that makes sense. Gina, you're welcome. Oh, you know what? Retro RX said she did a different color on the top and bottom. That's okay. I would probably pick one of the colors that you did, either the top or the bottom, when we join it. But I don't think it matters. It's just going to give you a little bit more of a decorative look. And then, yeah, I did two colors on the winter one too, I realize now. I backstitched in white, and then I joined them with the very, very pale light blue. It's almost a light blue gray. I don't know if you can really see that. You can kind of tell it's two-tone. You can tell this one is two-tone. It gives it a little bit more of a decorative look. Can't go wrong with aqua, April says. Yes. Janet, can you not hear? Elizabeth said sound is good. Maybe go out of the video and come back. Samantha says in Australia, walnut shells are available in multiple places. Okay. In Canada, Retro RX said she did the Amazon order of lizard litter. The bag is huge, and she will have to make many, many biscornus. Or, just hear me out. That is what I moved them. I also filled my pears with those. I kind of think, I don't love the walnut shells for pillows generally, but I do kind of like them for biscornus, for pears and things like that. So you'll find things to fill. You'll start making all of the things with it. Oh, Christy, thank you for the super sticker. That was so sweet of you. I love it. Thank you so, so much. Retro RX says she'll join with the light gray. You'll be I think it will look absolutely fine. See, Maiden says, is it the Serenity? Is that the Zilla brand? She says it's 10 quarts and you'll have to make a lot. That's hilarious. Yes, Linda, if you have a dull needle, that makes putting the button in super easy. I don't, so I'm going to show you how, if you don't have one, that you don't necessarily have to, but a dull needle would make it a lot easier. Yes. Okay, yes, perfect Retro RX for stand-ups. I am going to start stitching while we chat. Ask any questions that you have. Stitch along. Tell me what you're stitching. If your Biscornu is done, let me know. Let me know what you're going to stitch. I really hope. Oh, good that it's... I don't think I've put my light on the charger in a while. Do I need it? Yeah, probably. Let's see where we're at. So this is where my mistake was. Always good news. Yeah, a long needle does make it a lot easier. Why is my light funky here? And also super dirty. Well, that's going to have to be a later problem, the cleaning. There we go. There we go. April's working on printing patterns. D. Jackson's stitching the top of the second summer on 40 count. Oh, that's awesome. Tabitha, have not moved on, still getting over the PTSD of you telling me I should restitch my border since the rest of my Biscornu was done with 2 strands. You don't have to. You don't have to. Just leave it. It'll be fine. Yes, Teresa, I'm using interfacing. Terry, yeah, I feel that. But congratulations for baby shower fun. Yes, Marcy said she finished winter, but now she needs one for every season. I'm excited to see how many people stitch. Oh my gosh. I hate stitching on camera. This is not comfortable at all. Hold, please. I am way far away from my light. And I'm messing up already. Yes, I do. You told me it would look better. Well, I think it would look better, but you also don't have to do what I say. Oh, I forgot scissors. I have some in here. Let's try this again. I'm having a hard time getting going. Let's see, doing a beehive from Lori Holt stitch card. Oh, nice, Jill. Did you FFO the 50th anniversary, Christy? I am. It's not done yet. I know what I want to do, and of course, it's always when you know what you want to do, and then you can't find what you need for it. So cross your fingers. I absolutely love it, though. I'm so glad I restitched it. It only took 4.5 hours to restitch. Oh, good. Yep. The Monaco tea dye should be great for finger pressing. Yep, I agree with Retro RX. Tabitha, if you have not ripped out that border, don't rip it out. I say go with it. Or send me a picture. Send me a DM and we'll discuss. How about that? Oh, fun, Beatrice. Finishing the bottom and working on the B. Hi, Lana. I knew what you meant. It's okay. Autocorrect doesn't really care what we say. I text my daughter using the voice command the other day, and she calls me immediately and says, Mom, did you mean to say such and such? And I was like, no. She goes, I didn't think so. I said, obviously the voice text didn't work very good. Oh, fun, Linda. See, Tabitha, April thinks you should just go for it too. Send me a picture. I bet it's fine. Lynn, she could go around again, but I bet you it will be fine. Oh, Lana, awesome. She says it's her first live here. Well, welcome. I am so glad you're here. I love that. Back to the 50th anniversary piece. I absolutely love it. I'm super glad I restitched it. It's why I didn't give it to him either. It's because I stitched it and then I wasn't 100% happy. And I kept trying to make myself just be happy. I should have just restitched it right then and there, but you know how that goes. That's fine. Oh, Jana, thank you so much for this super chat. That was so sweet of you. Jana, what are you working on stitching? Marcy, thank you. Marcy says don't type in okie dokie or you'll call that person a donkey. That's hilarious. That's funny. Now I want to try it. I'll try it when we're not live. The great thing about this particular design also on the bottom is now that I've stitched it and I know the placement, I don't have to use my chart because I am just stitching these stars repeatedly. Stitching and stitching and stitching. Oh no, April, did you rip something out 8 times? Oh, I think we did talk about that, didn't we? Yeah. That's when pieces go into timeout for me. Charlotte, yes, and I've also included them in the description of all of the videos, so they are in the description of this video as well, what you'll need for finishing. I'll be sending out a final, like, not the final, but the email for the finishing. I will be sending all of that, kind of rehashing all of it again this Sunday. That's a... Lana says she has a piece of linen but never tried it. Have you stitched on even weave? So you know how to stitch over 2? So I know where we need to start with that. Oh, awesome. Jana says she just ordered a bunch of April's patterns. That's awesome. Lisa says she loves when she can stitch without the chart. It happens so rarely, right? So I love it too. When I can I love fill in for that reason. So if I just am tired or I just don't want to look at the chart and I can just sit and fill in, my favorite. Teresa just stitched together the Primrose Monthly Minis with flags. Oh, how fun! I haven't filled it in yet, Beatrice. If you mean this right here, it's because I haven't filled it in. But I will. Oh, Jana, that sounds super cute. Jana says that she has a printer's tray, pardon me, with 12 openings, and she thinks each one needs a little spool. Oh, I did miss one. Shoot. You guys, stitching. Thank you, Beatrice. I didn't even notice. Counting is so hard. So now we will chat while I rip out. Again. This star, and it's this one, has been the bane of my existence today. So we will just rip these out. Here, we can just look at me. Thank you for watching. Would have been super ticked. Oh my gosh. So I think this goes back to what I was saying earlier, that one should not stitch when one is stressed, maybe. Usually I find it relaxing, but I'll tell you what, not so much. Too much on my mind. We'll get it fixed. We'll move on. Oh no! Amanda, please stay safe. So much horrible weather lately. Severe weather stresses me out. Sorry everyone while I'm ripping. Ripping and ripping. I'm almost done. Oh, no, I'm not. Yeah, I am. But I need scissors. Let's see. I'm going to grab some scissors because the ends of my thread look terrible. All right, back in business. Hello, E-Briggs. Don't mind me over here just frogging away still. Oh, Lana, that is so scary. Oh, maybe I need new floss. It's a little bit jankety. That's my technical term for it. It's a little jankety. There we go. Oh, much better. Beatrice, can't thank you enough for catching that. Before it was I had to rip out any more. That would have been terrible. Please stay safe from the storms. Oh, Beatrice, darn it. Don't you hate when you do that? Like you stitch something? What did I stitch? And I stitched it all wrong. And literally I thought, if I just finish stitching this, then I'm going to go to bed. And then I looked at it and it was all wrong. So what I ended up doing was ripping it all out and then going to bed. I did not restitch it. I thought that's just going to be a tomorrow problem. Lana has a piece of 28. Different brands of fabric are going to be stiffer than others. And some, I find that a lot of like the dyed fabrics are often a lot softer. I think that just maybe naturally happens in the dyeing process. So you might try a different brand of fabric. All right, I'm gonna just switch my floss. There's some left on here, but it's kind of been ripped out enough times that I don't think it's real great. So we're just going to start with a new piece. Yeah, rip it out and start fresh in the morning, right? I always think that. I'm like, just take a few minutes and rip it out now, so that in the morning I can just start with fresh eyes. Bye, Amanda. Stay safe. What's everybody else got going on? Let me know. I'm just going to start up here. Get this filled in. Oh no! Linda bought the autumn pattern 3 times. Well, lucky you could gift it to some friends. That's awesome. Yeah, I usually don't reuse my frogged floss either. I just pitch it. You know what? Did anyone else, like, back in the day used to save it? Like, I used to rip it all the way out, like dragging the whole piece out. Now I take out a few stitches and cut it off, take out a few more stitches, cut it off, and I just throw it all away. I don't know why I used to do that. Because it was not good. The more it goes through the fabric, the more it kind of gets that shredded type of look. Karen's still working on the top. That's awesome. How's Miss Hattie, Karen? Is she getting into stuff? Hi, Sandy. Sandy, yes. Sandy is asking for prayers for her nephew. He is in surgery for a brain tumor right now. If everyone could keep Sandy's nephew in their prayers or their thoughts, I would very, very much appreciate it. Kathy, I sort my color and cotton overdyed by color and my silk by color. I sort Weeks, Classic Colorworks, and Gentle Arts and DMC by number, mostly because those are my most often used and they hang. But I do by name because that's how I search for them. Oh, Karen, I'll have to see. I heard it buzz, or I felt it buzz. I can't wait to see the picture. Yay! I may show everybody. Karen has a fur baby who is adorable. Thank you guys for the prayers for Sandy's nephew. You guys are the best group, truly. I can't wait. I want to see the picture of the fur baby. Oh my gosh! Okay, let me see. I'm going to show everybody, because this is just the back of her. I should show you her cute little face, but this is Karen's fur baby watching. She's sitting with her mama. I'll find another picture. Cute puppies. Fur babies in general are adorable. Where is that other one that you shared, Karen? Well, there's her sleeping. That one I think is hilarious. Where's the other one? Oh, here. This is the one I want to show everybody. This is Karen's baby. Isn't she cute? Okay, enough of the fur babies. I just had to share. Oh, Karen, I'm so happy that you got your little fur baby. I'm afraid mine's doing something bad. He keeps running in here and then running away. Which makes me think that he's doing something he's not supposed to. Oh, Karen, that makes me so happy. Yes, Sandy, our puppies could Zoom. That would be hilarious. Stitching with the side of puppy, Retro RX says the best. Absolutely. I have to tell you guys the most ridiculous thing I did last night. I'm probably emotional anyway because I know why. My youngest is graduating. That it is. I've kind of not thought about it, so I am a little emotional this week, as you are anyway. But I turn on Facebook and I called my oldest to tell him, I'm like, the algorithm knows that I watch these stupid pet videos, but they're not the happy ones. You know what I'm talking about. And they make me cry because they end up being happy, but they're just always so sad. So I told him, I said, don't let me do that anymore. Oh, Lana, I'm sorry. It's so hard when you lose them. Linda says, my guy has an air tag on him. I always know where he's at if he gets quiet and is not in sight. Okay, that's funny. I don't even know what that air tag is. That's hilarious. Maybe Frank needs one. Man, in my mind, I always think I'm going to get way more stitched during these lives. My parents are actually at my brother's right now. My nephew has baseball. Oh, I know. We do need a setting to skip when we're emotional. I was like, why is it showing me this kind of stuff? I mean, I was a bawling mess. It was ridiculous. And my youngest was actually somewhere, and he came home and he was like, Mom? And I'm like, I promise I'm okay. He was like, are you sure? I'm like, yes. I go, I'm not allowed to watch that. Jana, my brother, doesn't live in town anymore. He did, and then he took a different job and they moved. So they're about 2.5 hours from my house. So not too terrible far. Oh, thanks, April. I didn't know what that AirTag thing was. Now I do. I learn something new every day. I miss my brother. So Jana asked about my brother and his wife and kids. I miss them living close. I really loved that, but that's how it is. Stinks. Question for the group, Retro RX says. She's starting a huge stitch. Oh my goodness, Serenity. Yeah, that is a commitment. She's starting on Mother's Day, but where do I start the pattern? I'm so worried I will mess up placement and not have room. Please help. Anyone else stitching Serenity and want to give some advice on where you started? I've seen where some people have started, but it probably depends on how big your fabric is. Oh, Linda, that's so... I'm going to have to look into that. Thank you, guys. Oh, I know. Thank you. I figured you guys knew what I meant. Happy or sad. It kept showing me these sad ones, and I'm like, really? Also, apparently I watch a lot of pet videos because that's all it was serving up. Did you get your storage out of your shower? Oh yeah, Sandy, it has not been in my shower for a long time, but thank you. Oh my gosh, I completely forgot I did that. Yes. Actually, everything is ready. I'm just kind of doing those final little tidying up and, you know, cleaning, dusting. Dumb things you do when company's coming, even if it's clean. Let's see. Kathy is planning to start Serenity in the middle with the house. Retro RX has seen the middle with the house and top left and top right. I'm not exactly sure how big the stitch is, so I would probably use like the Fat Quarter Shop cross stitch calculator or a similar one and plug in the dimensions of the chart, your fabric count, which you said is 18, correct? Yes. And see what it tells you, like how much border, to make sure that your fabric is big enough. Let's see, Sue's stag stitches started top left down over margin needed, then measure down to make sure it fits. That is a good tip. I figured you guys would come in with the good information. Jana, I do that too. And often I just don't cut my fabric down right away. But with Serenity, and I'm sure that that's going to be a framed piece, at least I'm assuming, because it's a big one, you do want to definitely make sure that you're leaving enough of a border. I know most framers prefer 3 inches on all sides. Yep, Retro RX did calculation for 3 inch. She already knew that. Yeah. I don't know. I might just start in the middle. Start in the middle with the house and work your way out. I think that's what I would do. Yep. And I think that's smart. Lana says the same thing, that she prefers top left, but sometimes she'll do center. And she did that on some other pieces. I will as well. I do prefer top left. I just kind of prefer working from top down, period. However, it generally, the stitch will kind of dictate where I end up starting. Jana, I kind of agree with that too. I'm trying to think what Serenity's border, I know what it is, but I'm trying to think what it looks like. You could start with the border on that and see if it meets up. I kind of like the borders first on those things, but I know some people really want to just get some stitching in. Let's see. I am going to let me run my needle under my stitches. Kind of at a good stopping point, so now I can answer some questions and see if there's anything else we need to talk about tonight. Beatrice says, do you iron on stabilizer before you take a stitch piece to the framers? I do not. Jana says if she knows the border is right, then she can check all of the stitching with it against the border to make sure they are placed right. That is a great tip. That's a really great tip, because then you can always be double checking with that spot on the border to make sure your house is lined up, or whatever little motif or whatever is lined up. Let's see. I don't even know what Heaven and Earth design is. That's what it stands for. I know it was asked in there. Let's see. Brand name. Yep, check. Just found out on part 3 of Mystery Stitch that I didn't center blah. Now I basically have to fear the start. That is my fear with mystery stitches. I always worry because I don't like to start in the center, and you don't really know what it's going to look like. Which mystery stitch are you working on? Hello, Suki Scrappin' Fox. Hello. Let's see. I'm going to scroll back really quick and see. Did I miss anybody's questions? Oh, okay, they're full coverage pieces. Perfect. Learning all the things. Hey, we're all learning all the things. I like learning new things. They're beautiful, but can take years to complete. Oh, my word. Yeah, but some of those are just like legacy pieces, right? Like those are the ones you warn your family. Don't throw that away. Don't take it to the Goodwill. The Enchanted Sal from Caterpillar Cross Stitch. Oh, man. I'm so sorry, Retro RX. Oh, Patricia, for 100%. She said, my mother always said you have to clean house before company comes and then clean it again when they leave. Like, they're not even out the door and I'm mopping, basically. Mopping and cleaning and dusting and wiping it down the bathrooms. I'm so silly that way. And immediately washing like bedding and towels and all that stuff. But I'm also, so does anyone else do this? And I know this is from my childhood because my mom does it too. When you're going out of town, you have to clean the house before you can leave, because I completely clean the house before I leave. And it's so funny. Like, my kids make fun of me. We'll see if they end up doing that, you know, in their own homes or whatever. I don't know if I'll have to ask my daughter if she does. But my mom does it, and now I do it. Karen's a no for mystery stitches. Yes, I know, exactly. Exactly. Hello, Courtney. Retro RX says she's waiting for all of the parts and then she can fudge it together. Yes, for sure. Okay, Lana says her mom's garden gate has 350,000 stitches. She has 26,011 done, and she's only 7.43% done. I am fascinated by those percentages on those things. Shari's sister Stacy also tracks all of hers, like the time and stuff. It fascinates me. I don't do that, but a part of me wants to, because I do think it's very interesting. Thank you for sharing that, Lana. Okay, so many of you do that too. Thank you. It makes me feel a little better. So now you know a little bit about Nicole. Yes, clean the house before you leave. Sandy, see, I knew you were my person. We've talked about this before. I love coming. Yes, it's coming home to a clean house. There is nothing better than coming home to a clean house. When I come home, like if I'm just gone and I've left the children here, I mean, they're adult children, and they've made a mess. Oh, I'm so bad. Oh. Clean and change sheets before vacation, 100%, Christy. Yes. Oh, that's funny, Linda. I love that. Jana, yeah, you are stitching that, Teresa Kogut. But you have a pretty good idea what it looks like. She kind of, I mean, enough that you have a very, you know what you're getting there for the most part. Mary, how many strands of floss do you use to do the border and the whip stitch to join the top and the bottom? That depends on the count of fabric. So for the 32, for this one, I'm doing 2 strands for my stitching. I do 2 strands for backstitch and 2 strands for stitching together. For my 36 and my 40, I did 1 strand of backstitch because I did exactly what I did for stitching, and 1 strand to combine them together. I know someone mentioned that they do 2 strands no matter the size count. There is no way I'm getting 2 strands through my particular fabric. I just prefer to do the 1 for those high count fabrics. Let's see. Marcy says she even cleans the camper before she leaves. Yes, that was a very good question. Thank you, Mary. Exactly, Lynn. You just want to leave the suitcase in the laundry room and recover from the vacation. Recover from the what should have been relaxing, right? Okay, you guys, I think I am going to sign off for this evening and see if I can get the rest of this back stitched. I will see you guys all here next week. I will not actually be live, but I will be live in the chat, and we are going to assemble our Biscornus, and I cannot wait to see everybody's all put together. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your week, and I'll see you all here next Wednesday evening. Bye. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel, click that like button, and don't forget to hit the notification bell to always be notified when I have a new Flosstube stitching or quilting video. Thank you guys so much for joining me today, and we'll see you next time.